Welcome back to the Setlist for World Championship. Today we're playing TCG Slayer as the Green Viking on the bottom left side against SF20 as a Blue Mayan on the top right. We are playing the mode HGMG with a peacetime of 30 minutes and everything being allowed after. This is the first match that I'm casting on this mode. And I'm very happy to do so, because both of them are quite good at it. And I think this could be quite an even match. Looks like all the settings are correct. We have the right peacetime border. And can start out the game, finally, after we had a lot of issues with Ubisoft to connect to each other. Fatal error, everything. Now, Jessen played random, so now he's playing man, and I can put that into the left there. But yeah, he did start as random and got the Mayans, so he's probably... I don't know, I feel like he always plays random, and he's usually pretty good prepared. Like, he can play all the civs pretty well, but just not quite perfect, but it isn't really necessary. Mayans are really good. They have the blowgunners for the HGMG mode, and the blowgunners are just an amazing unit. They, in low numbers, beat literally everything. They're just the best unit in low numbers. Vikings, on the other hand, have the X-Warriors, which are really good in low numbers, not quite as good as Blowgunners, and they also can profit from the Blood Rush spell, and if they use that, then the X-Warriors are significantly stronger than the Blowgunners, but in the end you're using mana at that point, which isn't something you always have available. Alex, I should say that I might call Slayer in this sometimes Alex, and Jessen sometimes... Okay, I probably won't call Jessen Stefan, because that just sounds too German when I'm talking. But yeah, those are some names we sometimes are using as well. So yeah, Slayer starts out with 6 geologists, and I assume the same goes for... No, these are only 5. Like 6 is something most people start with, but 5 should be enough to get the first mines revealed, as we need the mines quite early, because people usually build their first weaponsmith as the first building after the economy here. We're seeing a delayed third stonecutter, which I'm a little bit surprised by. I feel like you'd place all your 3 stonecutters right off rip as Mayans, and then go into your wood eco afterwards and already have your stone ready. Mayans only start with 2 saws and 4 lumberjacks, so the building economy is quite low, and it's quite a weird feeling, because 4 is just it's a bad number for 1 and 2 saws. You'd like 5 or 6 lumberjacks would feel better for 2 saws, and you honestly only need 3 for 1 saw. I'm pretty sure with 3 stonecutters you can't really use more wood than what you're getting with those 4 lumberjacks anyway. But it is quite a weird number to have. The Vikings, I'm pretty sure, are starting with 3 saws, 7 stonecutters, lumberjacks. And they have, I think, 3 pickaxes, and are probably going to only build 2 stonecutters out of them. I am wondering if Jessen is going to build 3 stonecutters or 4 stonecutters, because you do start with 4 pickaxes. The other 3 civilizations, there's no doubt about it, your last pickaxe you're using for an extra worker for the mines. But as the Mayans, it's like, you actually kind of need that stone. You kind of need your 4th pickaxe as a stone cutter, and you could therefore build like an early toolsmith, for example, as well. Okay, they are killing a thief over there. Both of them have started scouting, I assume. Actually, so far I think only seeing a swordsman, some warriors running around. So far we're only seeing thieves being used by Slayer. Only one of them still active. I'm wondering if it's a thief that is actually in the settlement. Yeah, but I don't think so. Although so far these soldiers I feel like have been mostly quite lucky catching them. We have one sword patrolling around the stuff here. I always like to have my 4 bows patrol in a rectangle here at the tower. Really making sure that all starting resources are safe and will not be stolen whatsoever. Something down here. Soldier all the way down here. Is that soldier gonna run straight into the war? No, soldier survived. One is running around here. So just some random soldiers all over the place that are trying to catch some thieves that are running randomly around. Slayer doesn't really patrol here, but does have 2 soldiers standing. So far 2 saws, not yet a 3rd one, but no, this is a stone cutter. Yeah, actually you need more wood cutters, more lumberjacks before you'd go into the 3rd saw anyways. Over here we're seeing the 4th stone cutter. What I expected. And the 2nd saw after the lumberjacks. I feel like you could have waited with the 2nd saw a bit more, built maybe like another building, build a house more, something like that. Already built a grain farm, would have been amazing. I think grain farm into 2nd saw, because the lumberjacks, like the 2nd saw will completely remove any stacked up, like there won't be any logs laying around afterwards. So just building up some logs, like this isn't even close to 4, we're only having 4 logs on it. I think building grain farm into 2nd saw would have been quite a nice optimization. I think this is a fisher that is already being built. Waterworks, no, it's not gonna be built, it was just supposed to be digged and not built. Building that wants to come or should come up is the grain farm. We're seeing some more towers. What does the mountain say here? We have a early, easy to reach iron mine, a coal mine, we're having 2 gold mines. People could have also went to this mountain, but none of them do. They both go to the same mountain here, so there's no difference in that. And yeah, the mountain doesn't really have that much coal so far. We only have 1 coal mine that is actually usable. Already seeing the iron smelter, I assume that is. Probably the bakery, probably the mill. It's gonna go into a quick food production for Jessen. While on Slayer's side, 2nd stone cutter still doesn't come up, which I guess is fair. You're like building your wood industry doesn't need any stone basically. Small house. I don't know what that's for exactly. But a small house, like you still have plenty of settlers. I think building a medium house would have been the better choice at that point. Having medium house before you go into your heavy industry that I think these buildings are gonna be. This looks like a weaponsmith to me. Third saw is there. Yeah, all the industry basically done, just the 2nd stone cutter that is missing. The mines have been placed. This side, I'm wondering, did this tower, yeah, the tower didn't quite reach the coal mine, which is pretty unfortunate. And he's already building the entire food economy? No, he paused that building. That dude was just hammering, but he paused it. So he doesn't actually want to build it. And I do think that that is a bakery. I would be surprised if it's something else. This was a medium house that he's probably just gonna rebuild. And now going into... actually freaking Mayan coal mines kind of like work out there. Trojan coal mines, like Trojans that I play, the coal mine would have never fit in there. Iron smelter coming up on Slayer's side. So we have two different approaches here. Slayer's trying to start out with early heavy industry, while Jessen is starting out with early food production. Like start first grain farm, then like Fisher is gonna build the heavy industry into then the rest of the bread production. I'm gonna have a look at sieves. So we're still having 3 sieves out. Or like you know, we have 3 sieves out again for Slayer. I don't think I'm seeing them anywhere. Like I don't think they're in the settlement here. Not that I can see them. And I don't think they are in settlement either, so they're probably just hidden behind some trees, trying to gather slight bits of scouting information. This is a mistake. The saboteur that he transformed to like near the mine won't actually be the worker, because he already has 4 starting mine workers. One of them is just going to start walking over to the mine instead of somebody picking up the pickaxe. This now could be stolen by a thief if there was one by, but Slayer Jessen doesn't have any thieves out. Okay, this is probably the waterwork, probably the fisher. Now I'm gonna see the weaponsmith coming up after the iron smelter was initially built. Iron smelter into mines is pretty nice. Iron smelter will build up a few iron bars that you can later on then use for your toolsmith to have a better late game transition where you don't miss out on more weapons. You do miss out on a few weapons before you build the toolsmith, but that is probably fine. Iron smelter is finished building, and the mines are finished building as well for Jessen. Weaponsmith is also coming up on his side. Ooh, the weaponsmith for Slayer didn't quite finish, barely not. Now the wood got there. Hammer is going to go back working. To be fair, he needs new coal to be produced from there, unless he does like stops the iron smelter for a tiny bit to get it over there. Okay, medium house. I think it is currently lacking a few settlers. Yeah, the coal mine has finished up, and therefore lots of his settlers are running to bring bread there. Ooh, the gold mine is finishing up soon as well. Then you have the settlers running to bring the food over there. Some small towers already being started building. I think those are probably the stones that got in there. Probably lost the stone prior for a tiny bit there. Maybe not, maybe not. But yeah, stone is going up there as well. Stone is there. The stone prior was lost. Weaponsmith is now done. He did pause the iron smelter to get the stuff over. There's no iron right now for it anyways. Settlers are looking completely fine after the medium house being done. And we're producing the first weapons on his side. Now here, that is a slightly different approach. This isn't a weaponsmith. On Jessen's side, it's a toolsmith, which works out really nicely for the Mayans, as they have quite a fast build-up, as they are a stone civilization that like mostly needs stone, and stone is easy to get via stone cutters. You can kind of afford the toolsmith early on and get a few more pickaxes, and can also increase your wood economy. You don't need to make a saw, you already have the second saw, and you can immediately go into more lumberjacks and foresters, preferably going up to 6 lumberjacks in the end, and then he can have a very strong building economy. And the blowgunners should keep him safe from early rushes as well. So yeah, we'll see how that will pan out for him. We're already seeing a woodcutter over there to get rid of the wood and get rid of the trees there. Now don't like, okay, probably the gold mine to like get some gold going, but you don't really need it. As you're not gonna have enough coal with only one coal mine. Have they... This coal mine is okay-ish? How does it look here? Yeah, it's really not a premium coal mine. It's better than no coal mine. Slayer is now going over to the mountain down here. Yesen has already looked at it more. This... I assume this is a gold mine. This probably is a coal mine. I'm eager to look at when Slayer reveals it a bit more. Slayer also went over there with some geologists, both expanding a lot. Now after the early toolsmith, he is building a weaponsmith, like Yesen. Second fisher, so he really wants to go on a little bit of a bigger... What do you need a second fisher for? That early. The grain is now at the mill. The mill is already starting to build up some floor. I mean, this totally works out. You don't need to rush this at all, as you still have some bread laying around, and the bakery is much faster. And will completely, yeah, make everything into bread without any issues, even if there's a lot stored up. Okay, Slayer, having one striking doesn't really matter that much. Produces the first axes. He did produce one single bow to make a hunter. Hunter to keep his iron mine running efficiently for longer. A second tower to get the rest of the mountain here. Maybe wants to make a pioneer to get these gold mines at some point as well. This is a gold smelter that he doesn't build yet, which I like. Like, he's storing up gold. Like gold ore, but he isn't building the gold smelter because you can't really use it yet. You don't have a second coal mine. And he is starting now building a grain farm, builds a beekeeper, and is going into a little bit of a mana production, which on one hand could be for how's it called? For combat mana, for blood rush, and stuff like that. But on the other hand, it could also be used for the late game to use it as you can convert stone into iron, and that is a really, really efficient way to scale up your heavy industry, and you can kind of outrun most other civs with that. Now, I read from Fennec in chat that it's already GG, since Slayer's just gonna rush. It's just gonna rush Yesen, but I don't think so. Like, Mayans have the easiest time building a toolsmith, and these rush distance are quite long. Like, you have to walk quite a bit. You can easily produce like 3-4 more soldiers in that time. And if you have mana eco, some mana as well. I don't think we are gonna see a mana eco, maybe? No, this wouldn't make sense. This is a stone cutter and this is a tower. Yeah, only 2 stone. 2 wood. Wait, is it 2 wood for... Yeah, it's 2 wood, I think. 3-2 or 2-3 actually. In that order. Now he produces lots of wood and not yet enough stone to cover up for his 2 swords that are now fully running. That was my mistake when I played a singular Mayan round as well. Having like, oh, now I have like the better wood eco, and then you don't have enough stone to actually use it. That's quite rough. Now this was a coal mine indeed, as expected. 2 coal mines, 2 gold mines, and 1 gold smelter. Second gold smelter's coming up. We're seeing the storage and the barracks. Yeah, he didn't pause the toolsmith. Oh, combat music. Steve dying somewhere probably. Here combat music again. Ah, the seafood's there. Interesting. Another combat music. Come on. I can't see them. There's too much forest. Maybe I'm just blind though. Yeah, bakery's now finished. Should keep the bread flowing in. But yeah, I'm wondering why this isn't paused. It only has one iron bar though. Maybe he just pulled over everything to the thing in the menu. Gave the priority to the weaponsmith over the toolsmith. Now, where's the hunter? We're missing a hunter. We're missing a hunter or fish. Like, both would work. But there's nothing on the iron mine right now on Slayer's side. That really hurts. I don't think I see any fish coming. Like, there's a fish, but I don't know where that's walking to. And I don't think I see a hunter building anywhere. That's really bad. And I think they just brought the fish over there. No, there was an exit that just dropped there. But yeah, no fish on the iron mine or the hunter. Like, there's nothing. So that's really bad. Weaponsmith currently still has, I think... Oh, wait. One meat comes from... Oh, in the middle of the forest. Okay. No, there's a hunter. One meat is coming in. Yeah, thanks for mentioning it as well, Kamchi. Yeah, there is actual meat production, so this was just a shortage. Not too long. I mean, is there lots of... Yeah, there are actually plenty of wild animals around, so there's plenty of meat to get together. So there's lots of fish on here. Do we see a hunter anywhere? Okay, this time I will take a little bit more time before I say that there's no hunter. But I do not think I'm seeing any. I guess that might be why he built the second fisher. To keep the iron mine running through fish. 3 gold mines. Oh, it's... Okay. He really, like, that coal mine is not running. I'd prefer... Yeah, he builds a third coal mine. I really like that coal. Third coal mine with like this coal mine, I feel like is probably... Yeah, okay, Slayer builds it as well, so it can't be that bad, but it... Like, how close it is to the iron, it just gives me bad feelings. Maybe it's a perfectly fine gold mine though, but yeah, a coal mine though. But yeah, if you have 3 gold mines, 3 coal mines, you can definitely easily keep this running. He's already built up a few more weapons than gold, I assume. Yeah, slightly. Barracks already finished. I'd say that's a little bit early. Not yet needed. Second farm is coming in. So this is... He goes straight to late game. He does not care. He isn't building any mana to be stronger at peacetime. He doesn't think he's gonna get rushed whatsoever. Which I think is a valid assumption on this map. Like, this map is quite large. But I feel like I'd play a slightly bit more for strong peacetime timing. Just building a bit of mana. Like, you get like one spell with this eco. Like, I mean, I guess it's not too bad. Like, if he can defend, it is incredibly strong. I'm not sure if he can though. Yeah, he just needs, like, preferably, like, mana-wise, I'm pretty sure he will get enough for Blood Rush and a freeze. Builds plenty of Axes, and I mean, he will run into Blowgunners, which are really, really strong against Axes. But, yeah, exactly. If they're frozen, the Blowgunners can't do anything either. Oh, he crushed this iron mine and built another iron mine over there. This iron mine... Was this like a scam iron mine and both agree on that and I just didn't realize? Slayer thinks that the iron mine at the snow is also scam while he hasn't thought it would be a good one. I mean, he has plenty of iron. He's currently lacking the coal. It's now stuffed back on the toolsmith, as I think he needed that one pickaxe. Oh, the micro here on the coal and iron isn't too clean. Like, lots of iron bars. Very little coal. He needs more weapons. He needs like I'd say like a minimum of 20 blowgunners to be able to defend. This ain't it. On the other hand, what do we have here? I think these are probably, yeah, already 3 full stacks of axes and 1 extra, but the gold smelter only now came up, so you will not have much gold. Second gold smelter coming up. I feel like Slayer's build isn't quite clean enough to be able to win with a rush. I don't know if he's planning to play for it. I don't know if he scouted anything. Both now have 3 C's, so they both probably have vision. It's hard to be able to see the C's. They are technically uncovered for us, like we can see them as C's, but it's still hard to see them in a settlement. Especially if they are hiding behind trees. Okay, I just thought that the horns of the gold mine would be a scythe laying around. I was very confused why you'd have a second scythe at a building that isn't even a farm. And yeah, actually no, we have a toolsmith for Slayer as well, so I think both are going into straight late game. I don't know if they scouted each other and felt like, ooh, we can go late game. Or at least I feel like Slayer could have scouted Jessen and thought, oh, there's a toolsmith, I'm playing late game. The other option could be that they actually just both planned to play late game. There's a C from Jessen in Jessen's own settlement. All the blowgunners are now produced, which is 14. I hear combat music again. 1 thief is moving down here from Jessen. 1 thief is moving down here. We're seeing a thief from Slayer. Already second weaponsmith. This is a quick late game transition. Okay, the thief from Slayer stopped there. Jessen has built over to that mountain now. Mountain small, no. Okay, I think Slayer's now gonna build the barracks, yeah. Large temple is finished, mana count being at 25, I think like 5 more mana, which he'll easily get till peacetime. And I'm pretty sure he then has a blood rush plus freeze. Oh, he isn't storing the gold bars! Now he is. Oof. That still probably cost him like 2-3 gold bars. I don't know at which point it was full of gold bars, but that costs for sure. Surprised he has that much fish. Like you really, like if you have that much fish, you want to give some fish on the iron mine, just to be sure. Bread looks fine. Bakery's already there. Yeah, bread will be completely fine. And Jessen just, has a second weaponsmith now running. I'd like a third, if not even 4th fisher now. Having 2 iron, yeah, okay, no, he hasn't built that iron mine, so he does not think it's a bad iron mine. But having 2, like, you kinda need the second iron mine. And, yeah, just 1 hunter won't be able to... Okay, we do see the hunter now as well. 1 hunter won't be able to produce enough meat for both iron mines, at least not long term. And he doesn't really have much stacked up. Wait, he already... no, he had fish already on it, but he just doesn't have enough fishes for both iron mines. And 3 gold mines, I should say as well. 3 gold mines, yeah. I think this is a really, really good late game transition still. Like, I don't think I've seen anybody go that straight for late game. So it's just the best I've seen. Simply that. Slayer, on the other hand, I feel like played a much more relaxed late game. Like he played the classic, I build heavy industry into mana, so you have a strong peacetime timing. There's nothing bad about it. Everything builds up into the peacetime, and only at peacetime or like close before it you build the toolsmith. Very, very, very classic standard build. Second waterworks for the mana eco, yeah. Doesn't build the second tower yet, only builds one tower. It's one tower here at the front, it's one tower actually towards the mountain. And yeah, mostly builds tier 2 axes, and I don't think tier 2 axes would be able to rush with a freeze and blood rush against 19 tier 3 blowgunners. 19 tier 3 blowgunners is rough to deal with. Oh, he made another bow. Was it supposed to be a hunter? I actually would have liked that. That would be really cool if he's like, I'm playing a second hunter, which not everybody does, but you have lots and lots of forests around you. Like everything forest down here, you have a few forests up there. You could definitely build a second hunter. Issue now is the bow is already at the barracks. Now it won't get into a hunter anymore. Maybe if you pause the barracks, but I'm pretty sure even if you pause the barracks, it can't. Yeah, well, peacetime is over, and yeah, we have 20 tier 3 blowgunners for Jessen as only thing that would be combat relevant. We had like 37 mana or something like that, probably a little less. I think they didn't look immediately. 37 mana and 28 tier 2 axes for Slayer. Both of them are not moving forward, both of them are not trying to do anything. So now, with how they are playing right now, I feel like the game is gonna go to the 1 hour mark. Usually at 1 hour mark, people, like you can easily place a beautification set at that point and get to the 100 combat power, and when you have 100 combat power, you can actually attack without having a disadvantage. And at that point things get really dicey again. And yeah, both aren't really trying to do anything. We don't see a war machine. Nothing crazy happening. Lots and lots of unused tools for Slayer though. Holy moly. Those are plenty of tools. Pretty sure the toolsmith might even be full. It's the second weaponsmith now running. We're again having more iron bars than coal on the weaponsmiths, but we have coal on the toolsmith. With coal on the goldsmiths, coal on the iron smelters. A little bit rough, but they are getting coal. So, 2 weaponsmiths, 3rd gold smelter. Do we see a 4th gold mine? Yes, we're seeing a 4th gold mine. 2nd bakery, 2nd farm. It looks really nice. I like this a lot. This goes for lots and lots of blowgunners. When you had like 100, 200 blowgunners, I'm pretty sure you just beat everything. You just beat everything as mans. Actually, no, you wouldn't beat everything. I'm lying. You definitely wouldn't beat 200 backpack catapulters. They would literally just obliterate you. But that's a very niche matchup, and even like no Trojan would actually be like, oh, I just make 200 backpack catapulters. So, okay, so this will go longer. I'm not quite sure what Slayer's late game transition plan is right now. He made lots of pickaxes, lots of axes, and a saw. So I'm assuming he's going into a 4th saw to have more building economy. I assume, yes, stonecutter. I assume he's gonna build lots and lots of stonecutters all over the place to like build another storage and store up some stone to go into stone to iron late game transition, which I'd really like to see. You only have 3 stone fields, which isn't too much, but I think it should be fine. Like, you don't need much stone anyways as Vikings. But right now it's like not really building much. Is he having like lack of settlers, or is he like not able to dig enough? It can also always be an issue, but there's definitely not lack of settlers. And these could be finished. Are there not enough builders? Too many geologists? Like, diggers and builders kind of need to be a few more now. More space would be necessary, I feel like. Like, you do have, yeah, tower over there. Like, you have some space here. Like, you could build some buildings like here and there in between, but really not much space. Really used up the space he had so far very actively. We're seeing a third coal mine. Okay. The diggers have finished digging there. I think the source, yeah, the source don't have any planks lying around anymore, so this was like probably like a short situation where he wasn't having stuff on prior or something like that. It looked like there wasn't much happening, but there was actually happening the same amount as entire game long. Okay, now this this is a difference. 32 soldiers produced for both players, but one of them only tier 3, the other only tier 2. That is quite a strong advantage for Jessen. And I don't think the 50 mana handles that difference. At least not defensively. Like, if Jessen plays defensively, he won't lose. If Slayer plays defensively, he won't lose. I'm pretty sure that, like, these blowgunners won't win offensively either. Okay, we're seeing a sulfur mine from Jessen. That's spicy. Spicy. Do we see any... We're seeing house... I'm not seeing anything that looks like a war machine, like looks like a vehicle manufacturer or an ammunition maker. I don't see anything like that popping up yet. But we are seeing some mana. Does he only have 4 lumberjacks and manages to have so much? Okay, crazy. I thought you could use the 6. Like, for... Like, Trojan swords are easily handling 5 lumberjacks. Like, they don't have any logs piling up. But apparently the Mayans are just that tiny bit slower. That is enough for 5 to pile up some logs. Okay, we're seeing a 5th gold mine, 6th gold mine. Dang. Yeah, Jessen is just maxing out that mountain really quickly. Holy shit. Literally haven't seen anybody go that straight into so much mountain before. Like, even Slayer, like, Slayer is barely... Like, I think now we're really feeling how Slayer is only now increasing his building economy. Only now has 4 swords instead of 3. While Jessen just right off rip was like, I'm gonna add another woodcutter, I'm gonna add these stone cutters. Really keep my buildings coming. As we're already seeing mana production, 2 weaponsmiths. Here we only have one weaponsmith and mana production. We do have a second beekeeper that came in now as well. Probably then gonna add the third for the other 2 soonish. Probably not immediately, as the beekeeper needs a little bit of time for the honey to actually build up. But it should be coming. Okay, we're seeing the second farm, the second grain farm. We're gonna see more economy and more heavy industry come up relatively soon, and the first few tier 3 soldiers are coming as Slayer has no reason to build tier 2 anymore. Lots of gold bars piled up. And it's actually quite a few, like I think like 8-10 bowmen I think I saw coming out there. shows 7 right now, so 7 apparently. Jessen moved a little bit forward with the blowgunners. Not sure why he did that. Funnily enough, weapon advantage still on Slayer's side, but not much anymore. It's like... yeah, it's like 5 weapons or something like that. Jessen with the 2 weaponsmiths should get there relatively soon. And he doesn't have a iron bar. He doesn't have more iron bars than coal on his weaponsmiths anymore. These have both meat and fish. We are seeing a 3rd fisher. Love to see it. Is there a 2nd hunter somewhere? Yeah, 2nd hunter. Also actually having the bow. There's no bow here. Did he make a single bowman? These are blowgunners. I think this is a sword, not anything else. Maybe this is a bow. Mostly blowgunners for sure. Okay, this is the ammunition maker and the vehicle manufactory. Yeah, you actually can, you can with your war machine, you can go out here, get your ammunition, and then I think you can come through here, get on the mountain and destroy some mines, or you go through here and get into the economy of the enemy, or you go through the mountain onto the economy. I feel like going over the mountain overall always a better play. Killing mines immediately can hurt the economy of the enemy. If he relies on those mines, which usually people do, usually people don't build extra mines on MG. That just doesn't happen that often. Okay, we're seeing 1 small tower, or 2 small towers and a large tower. And I assume all of them will be having tier 3 bowmen all the way. Now, does that help you against a war machine? Nope. War machine needs quite a lot of ammunition to kill all these, but if Jessen only starts attacking with 100 combat power, then that doesn't matter. Then, like, it will still need a few shots, but it doesn't need as many shots as if he'd attack right now with the war machine. Yeah, for war machine, like, since he's now making a war machine, I would have liked him to add a 3rd saw beforehand. I guess if he's only making 1 war machine, then it's fine. But if he's wanting to make multiple war machines, which he can do, then a 3rd saw is quite necessary. Like, I've played around where I had made like 4 war machines or something. I didn't build any building in the meantime. It just completely ate up my entire wood economy. So just making an extra saw that is just there to make war machines is really helpful. And like, it didn't technically need my entire wood economy, it only needed like most of it. I still built a few buildings, but I couldn't really build as much as I was used to before. Put fish on the sulfur mine. The 2 hunters easily can make enough meat for the 2 iron mines. I really like this. This was probably a plank that got carried away by a thief from Slayer. A large house, trying to go for the efficiency now that we are going into the later stages of the game. That is very helpful. How's the house situation looking on Slayer's side? We're still only seeing small houses. We are seeing the stone storage piling up some stone, but still no more weaponsmiths. Which makes sense. He couldn't cast yet. You will need lots of coal mines. There's only 3 so far. I don't think he has enough settlers right now to store the coal. Guess these settlers are standing and... Is he storing coal? These have full 8 coal on both of them, so I feel like he's missing out on some potential storing that he just isn't doing. And I think would be quite smart to do, as you will need the coal for the weaponsmiths when the iron comes up. And where's the 2nd weaponsmith now here? Weapons wise, dang. The 2 weaponsmiths of Jessen just weren't running enough. And since they weren't running, he didn't actually catch up in the weapons. Which is very impressive. That he didn't catch up. Like now it's actually like the lead has grown again. The lead that Slayer has, and Slayer now has like a weapon lead and a mana lead still. We're seeing the large temple now coming in for Jessen to keep to actually be able to use the mana. Also, we're seeing all the wood go to the vehicle manufacturing. And this settler doesn't know what he's doing. Will he be stuck there forever? Like, of course, if the vehicle is finished, then he definitely won't be stuck there anymore. Second settler now comes in. Okay, one settler made it around. And this settler I feel like will probably make it around at some point as well, but this is very unfortunate. Oh, settler made it. Okay. They are definitely not stuck forever. I feel like there should be a second small temple being added as well. But I might be wrong. Don't know the exact numbers of buildings you need for the mana economy on Sumerians. He stored up lots of gold ore. Third weaponsmith. There's his third iron smelter, third iron mine. Does he make a third hunter? Does he maybe like place that hunter to a different spot? Build some towers down here, make a hunter here. Like that could be worth it. These only have one meat each, and he still only has 3 fishes. Yes. So I'd like a little bit more food income for iron/gold, as he has lots of gold mines. 6 gold mines, definitely too much for... it's now 4 gold smelters, so that actually kind of fits. Which you also want for the third weaponsmith. But so far he's producing lots of gold, not enough weapons. The weapons aren't just... like the weaponsmiths aren't running all the time. And now... yeah, we already saw the first stone to iron. And 4 iron. 4 weaponsmiths. Issue I am seeing. Are we still only on 2 gold smelters? I think Slayer still is only on 2 gold smelters. So the gold income isn't crazy. Oh, he's also making a war machine. I feel like he probably scouted then that Jessen is making a golden war machine, since war machine has finished. Has this sulfur just not produced any sulfur? The sulfur mine? I don't think he would be actually going forward with the war machines. Okay, it's 2 actually. Yeah, war machines, more plural. If he didn't have any how is it called? Any ammunition. He still used more resources and buildings, but I'm still wondering when, like, I feel like he should come up with a beautification set relatively soon. So I feel like he should still know that Mayans aren't the best late game civ. He's making a few bowmen now. I think Slayers... he definitely has made a few bowmen, also a few swordsmen. So still just a mix of units. Mixed bag. Mana income, yeah, no, like... Slayer is now actually using the mana. You had 79 over there, now only 74. And 41 mana is now coming in for Yessen. Yessen wants to make a move. Yessen doesn't yet have the... So the priest is probably somewhere in the army. He has war machines. This war machine is lost. Yeah. War machines going through forests. A beautiful sight. Now Slayer has vision over Yessen's army over here. We are the watchtower. I don't see the second war machine anymore. Okay, kill the thief. A snipe unit walking around. I don't think there's anything to get. Yes, these large towers at the barracks. And these large towers. One large tower, two small towers, one small tower there. Yeah, these are not gonna achieve anything. Maybe kill like 2 geologists. Kill the expanding soldiers. Won't really achieve anything. Now he does take the front position, which I definitely like. Is the war machine up there with the bowman? Maybe? War machine anywhere? This one isn't stuck here anymore, so that one moved somewhere. Gosh, I hate these trees. Okay, we have the 2 war machines over there. I found them, finally. Second small temple, 4 farms now. Is it still only 2 hunters, or are we seeing a 3rd hunter? Nope. So are the weaponsmiths running? Looks like it, which is good. Then his economy is still a little worse than Slayer's, I think. Yes, Slayer doesn't have enough stone to keep the 4 weaponsmiths he now has fully running through. He is storing up a little bit of what I don't know how that thing is called from the Vikings, the pre-mana resource that they use in the small temples to make mana. Lots of that stored up, a few bows, so the gold is still missing with just 2 gold smelters, I can understand that. Soldiers, it's now 12 soldier advantage, still for Slayer, and now Yessen is actually destroying a few mines. The gold mine does hurt, but actually Slayer crushes it before it gets killed, so he keeps the wood at least. Now we do have a little bit of a standoff here. Combat power 82 for Yessen now. I don't think we have... Oh, there's one beautification. So he's building a beautification set. He wants to get things going. Now does he win a fight right now? I don't know. He has better units. He has more tier 3 units, more gold in the units, and he has the better unit for these still small numbers. Like, we're still not above like I think at like 200 blowgunners probably aren't that good anymore. But then again, you're talking about 200 against still melee units. Like, as long as the enemy still has lots of melee units, the blowgunners just won't fall off at all. This thief probably can see that there's a war machine over there, which is interesting. These... I don't know why he's only sending in a few soldiers forward. These are gonna just be killed by these bowmen real quick and just some free kills. Okay. No, he's only gonna get 1 free kill and 1 unit that gets slightly damaged while he's moving back with the other units now. And there you can see bowmen are quite good at defending because... So this bow army is like really good against blowgunners. But this isn't enough bowmen yet. Bowmen are really nice for these kind of situations because you can just pick them apart without really taking much damage. This blowgunner should be totally fine against 2 bowmen. Still with not offensive, like offensive combat power against defensive, so he should still lose, but not as bad of a trade as the trade before that. Slayer did push him back a little bit. I think Jessen is just waiting for the beautification set. And then we're gonna see the action coming. The swordsman back here didn't do anything. They didn't even kill the geologist and the pioneer. There's nothing to get there. There's just nothing to get there. The swordsmen are just not gonna achieve anything. Building a second war machine. I'm not sure if that's the right call. Do you really want war machines in this situation? You're right now the defending player. And for your war machines, you're using your own mana. You could use that exact mana in the combat itself. Now rebuilding the mines, interesting. Just shooting the mana into these war machines feels not right. You can defend war machines quite well with Bowman already. I think he's gonna want to defend those mines. Jessen's probably gonna try to get rid of those again. Still building the beautification set. In the meantime, the 3 weaponsmiths are still running. Mana count for Slayer did decrease again, so he probably, yes, made stone to iron again. Has all iron bars on... There's lots of iron bars on the 4 weaponsmiths. So still gonna... Weapon lead will still be there for Slayer. That's for sure. Okay, the ammunition maker is paused. The sulfur mine does indeed produce sulfur. No need for me to doubt it. Beautification set still building. 96 combat power. This means a bowman now is as strong offensively for him as it is defensively. Swordsmen still need a bit more to be as strong defensively as they are offensively. And blowgunners, I have zero clue. Oh, 101k combat power. They are good to go. Yeah, now the question is this the bell that rings that makes Jessen attack? Or is he wanting to have an advantage in the attack? Because I think that'd be not a bad call, just going up to like building a second beautification set if he still has a gold bar overflow, which it does look like he has. At least he was able to build the beautification set that easily without having weapons stored up. So just building a second beautification set sounds like something you could very easily do, and then attack with like, I don't know, 120 combat power, something like that. Because the first one still hasn't finished. At that point you probably have your first spike for, like, you have your 119 spike for the bowman. Blowgunners surely get a spike somewhere there. Surely. I have zero clue what the blowgunner spikes are. Swordsmen get a bit more combat power, but yeah, you can actually attack much better at that point. Well, you have the gold production, why not, I guess. In the meantime, we do see the 3rd gold smelter for Slayer now. We're seeing 5 small temples, 3 beekeepers, yeah, makes sense. Lots of stone cutters on the stone field. The stone field is gone. Getting the stone for the stone to iron. It looks like he has enough stone income now to keep a steady flow, steady iron count. Bruh, steady weapon production. That is what I want to say. Saying words, not thinking about it. Yeah, so this now looks like a really strong running economy. Only issue is still 3 gold smelters not enough to build tier 3 soldiers with 4 weapons. With actually 4th gold smelter. Oh. So he. Okay. That's it. Wild War Machine micro we are seeing over here. So now he used a bit of mana to kill a War Machine, which I guess it's cool. He doesn't take more damage from the War Machines anymore. And the War Machines do hurt. But are they really that impactful? Especially if the combat power is now going to come in for Jessen. He's actually going to have a strong fight on enemy land regardless. If you just win the fight, you can just go in and kill him. Especially, I haven't even considered that yet. We're having 3, 6, 9, another 6, so 15 soldiers in towers at home. While on this side, I'm pretty sure we only have 6 soldiers in towers. I don't know about tier 1, tier 3, like I'm pretty sure like these are tier 2, tier 1 bowmen. Probably tier 1 swordsmen in these 2 towers at least. I don't know about the others, maybe he replaced them. Yeah. Weapons, so Slayer has lots of weapons laying around, but these would only be tier 1 bowmen, which are absolute garbage. You do not want to make those. At least you would prefer to not make those. Didn't make another stone to iron. So he wants gold and he wants to make some more axes, but he doesn't want to make axes against so many blowgunners. This is a rough spot. You can't really make proper units. He doesn't really have enough mana to freeze the entire army anymore. Like, mana still strong, but you're also not fighting against enemy mana, which is there as well. If you use some more mana and some more shots with the how are they called? Like, Thor's Hammer is the spell, but they are also using, I don't know, the war machines. He uses more mana with the war machines. He's not gonna be able to, like, yeah, uses more mana, but he doesn't use as combat mana. Or at least not direct combat mana. Okay. Okay. Something on the side real quick there. Yeah, I think he's just gonna destroy the buildings before they're finished, so he only needs 1 shot, very efficient. He does have the 6 gold mines, 7 for now. Here we have 4, 7 gold mines. Yeah, lots of gold mines. Could still build more. Is coal fine? I mean, everything has coal, so it does look like it. And here it also looks like coal is fine. And gold really kind of... There's enough gold for the gold smelters. Yeah, 5th gold smelter. Nice, nice. Another iron smelter. 2 iron mines now. Okay. Interesting. Oh, he's defending that tower because of the few swordsmen that were running around. Oh, so many bowmen also still back here. Yasin could just win the fight at the front right now. Like, get your soldiers from the back over and just go win. Did see Steve walk around here for like a bit ago, so like I don't know about the vision of Slayer. Slayer could very well do a snipe attempt here. Okay, this is the second beautification set I was wishing to come. What is it lacking? Is it lacking stone or stone? I think it probably is. I have plenty of wood. The gold bars are in the storage. Can't be lacking gold bars if the gold bars are in the storage. But the beautification set is lacking stone. 3rd farm. You're kidding me. Is there a 4th farm? Why'd you build a 3rd bakery? A 2nd mill? An animal ranch? And a butcher? With, oh wait, there's a 4th. Never mind. I was blind. Ooh, big attack. Okay. Yasin is going in. 109 combat power. The bowmen have the 107. Blood Rush and Freezes are coming in from Slayer. Slayer has lots of bowmen. Most of the axes were cast away. I feel like this is just... I don't know. There's so many axes, their Blood Rush, the mana usage is really good by Slayer so far. What were those casts over there? Where are the... I feel like Jessen could have done a better attack, maybe? I don't know, like, okay, he used all the mana, but I feel like he wasted lots of it because there weren't actually that many Axe Warriors that were teleported away. I think he killed all the War Machines because probably the War Machines didn't have mana anymore, or maybe he killed them with the soldiers. I'm a little sad I didn't see how it came to the fight exactly. Slayer definitely pulled all the soldiers over from all the sides. He did have more soldiers beforehand in total. Not necessarily all tier 3. But more soldiers are more soldiers. And that is probably game. That was a horrible fight. Yeah, if we do a little bit of math here, 103 killed and 46 soldiers means he had like 180 soldiers. Considering not every soldier is at the front. 70 killed with 166 soldiers is... Dang, that's a lot. That's 230. So like a 50 soldier advantage, which was mostly tier 1. I think the advantage was mostly tier 1 soldiers, a few tier 2 soldiers. Tier 3 he was lacking a few, but made up in tier 2. Used the combat mana. Ooh, that hurts though. I don't think it matters. I would love Slayer to be more aggressive now, but he really wants to play it safe, I think. Yeah, Magic won the fight indeed, I think. Classic programmer, you're right about that. I also still don't know where the teleports went to. No, these are just tier 1 swordsmen of Slayer. Yeah, I do not know where he teleported the soldiers to, or if he did any bowmen into butterflies. But I felt like the mana usage of Jessen just wasn't good enough. While, yeah, I mean, so much of the army of Jessen was just frozen the entire time, and Blood Rush helps a lot as well. And now we are seeing the weaker economy with only 3 weaponsmiths, 4 gold smelters, against a really, really strong economy with 4 weaponsmiths and 5 gold smelters, I think it was. Oh, he is now... Yeah, see, oh yeah, he's basically completely out of stone. Does he have a stone mine? Nope. No stone mine. And since this tower got captured by Jessen, he only has this tiny bit of stone over there. He literally can't do stone to iron anymore. And therefore he made some hunters to hunt some animals, to hunt some wildlife, and he's only 2 iron mines, which isn't enough. He has only 2 iron smelters, so I guess the economy right now is actually worse, which is wild to think about. Oh, this is swapped out now. But yeah, it's just huge soldier lead. He's building the healer hut, or however it's called actually. It wouldn't be called healer hut, surely. Hospital it's called, okay, interesting. It's building the hospital to heal up all the wounded units, which he has a lot of. Lots of wounded units. And Jessen is building up his army again. and is catching up a tiny bit since the weaponsmiths aren't running. $116 combat power. It's also very sad, like 119 you'd have the combat power spike for the bowman at least. Rebuilding the farm slightly to the side. Oh, does he have a lack of settlers? He has shovels laying around it. That surely says he has a lack of settlers. Also geologists, not settlers. I don't see any settlers standing around, so this is... That's probably also one of the reasons why he's not attacking right now. He has a lack of stone, his industry isn't running, he has a lack of settlers, even though his industry isn't running. Like, that's just worst of both worlds. His mana is at least fully running, that works out fine. Yeah, he removed lots of diggers to get settlers. Definitely some hiccups. Not a fully cleanly played game by Slayer. Fight was well done. I think so far the economic build-up I like from Jessen a bit more. He did now invest into 2 beautification sets that could have already been this further expansion. And we don't know if he would have, if Slayer would have done the same mistakes if they didn't fight and he didn't need to like focus on the fight. So we don't know if he would have had the tower surely wouldn't have been captured. He would have enough stone, but he might still get into a lack of settlers if he has a lack of settlers. And this economy can catch up. He would also get onto the 4 weaponsmiths. Like, he's running 3 with the 4 grain farms. I'm pretty sure he will be able to use 4 weaponsmiths. He's currently lacking a bit of iron. As I said, I think a 3rd hunter would be beautiful. Like this, maybe like also crushing this hunter, placing it down here, or up there is a good spot. Just capturing more land, building more hunters, I think would have been the better play. I think you can fully play the game with hunters. So far at least. Like if you're going up to like 6 weaponsmiths, that sounds rough. That does sound very rough. Oh, this looks like something happened over here. And yeah, Jessen doesn't want to cast some stone. And it's just like, well, I guess my souls are just not fully running the entire time. It's just living with it. Yeah, there's no stone mine. He just got to this very far away stone field. I would have loved to see some stone spells to get some stone. I also think that Jessen should try to try to do some more specially things. Just going head in again, like he moves forward, but like if he'd be going head in again, he wouldn't achieve anything. Building towers doesn't help him either. You give a 40 combat power advantage if you play a fight on even ground. You have a 20 combat power disadvantage. No, not disadvantage. Like if he fights in his own land, it's only 20 combat power. And yeah, if you fight in your own land, it's also 20. So it's like, probably not worth it to tower into the enemy land. Now let me check something. So right now, this match is still going on. And there was another match coming up that I wanted to stream as well. I am not quite sure though. Okay, looks like they are waiting for this match to be done, which is nice. Those swords that were running around Slayer Settlement the entire time did just kind of come in from the back there. Did they kill the War Machine? No, the War Machine is up there. But the War Machine gets killed by a tier 1 swordsman. The War Machine got killed by a tier 1 swordsman. Oof, now I have double music. Let's get rid of that. That's so funny. A tier 1 swordsman killing the War Machine. With these soldiers being back there, and these soldiers moving, if he can catch those soldiers, that would be amazing. That would bring him back into the game a bit more. He has traded 2 to 1 negative. Kinda needs a good trade now. He needs to get some soldiers back. Slayer sees it and pulls back. We're seeing more heavy industry coming for Jessen. Still going a bit more into the long game. Because Slayer isn't sure that he'd win. Which I do not understand why he isn't sure that he'd win. He won the fight so clearly. You can just go in. I did now produce like lots of soldiers again. His weaponsmiths still aren't perfectly running. But they do run at least. A little bit. I think he's still only running on the 3 iron smelters now. This one doesn't stand too long though yet. This hasn't been working for that long. This one does look like it works though. Has he have the iron mines? 2, 3. Getting the iron mines. Economy's growing. Yeah, I think Slayer's economy is in a good state again. It does make a little bit of a move. He has 87 combat power. Like, you don't need to be that worried about bad combat power. Like, sure. No, they're just like with so many soldiers. Has this stone shortage? Lacking stone. Why doesn't he build a single stone mine? I mean, he doesn't have bread, I guess. Yeah, he probably has all the grain on the animal ranch. The animal ranch uses up the grain of 2 farms. And then you only have 2 farms for your bakeries. Which isn't ideal. Unless he has a 5th farm now. Ooh, fight. Okay, it's just the entire army. It seems to be. Most units are frozen again. Some units are getting teleported away. Units are just not fighting. Yeah, that looks like a very free victory for Slayer. Again, who would have thought if you just have double the numbers, you don't need combat power. You can just go win. Very impressive. Just walking over them. The soldiers. Oh, swordsman unit. Okay, now does he just keep soldiers back, or is he gonna die to this? How many are these? Are these? I don't think these are enough. I don't think Slayer even needs to hold something back. Like, he just has a priest there. Freezes them once. Free. And he can just now go finish. Is there a tower? There's a safe tower over there. So he can crush these, he doesn't die immediately. Gives himself a bit more time for the sniper tech to function. This war machine is just living in hell right now, it's not gonna achieve anything. Also, now that I realize he had the huge stone shortage, making war machines is basically for free. You're just only investing iron bars if you have lots of wood piling up anyways. It's even gold bars piling up. But yeah, didn't want to make stone. I don't know why. I feel like that would be very smart thing to do, but he didn't want to cast any stone spells. One singular blowgunner is gonna save him. Ooh, the war machine. If that war machine has ammunition and can kill at least like one tower, that'd be huge. Oh, those were the ones that were banned by the spells of Jessen. Amazing. This just looks lovely. You just have a war machine standing around doing nothing with some axes and one swordsman. Jessen is still able to pull away his swordsman out and around to try to do the snipe. And the Axe Warriors are just moving to the front. If they are like over here when he walks across the border here, that would be amazing. A few swordsmen did now sadly run into the enemies here, which might give Slayer the hint that Jessen tries to do something. And it might also... he also just loses some units. Slayer's now moving in, it's not gonna find the barracks and therefore cut the reinforcements of Jessen for this sneaky push. Oh, these X-Warriors are gonna miss it. They're gonna be out. They are gonna be out. Gonna be able to help. Question is, what's the vision like? 4-3Cs, probably. Best case, they'd be in the enemy land. Was it the war machine or was it a Thor's hammer? It surely is a war machine. Thor's hammer wouldn't happen twice in a row. Ah, yeah, there's a war machine. Building the small temple, as mana would be the only thing that really could carry him. Oh, here's lots of those laying around already as well. Would have needed a third small temple. And the swordsmen are coming in. All the soldiers are rallied. Slayer saw it now. He's pulling back 2 bowmen. Anything coming from here. He even pulls those back, which I think I like. I don't really think they're gonna matter. They're gonna achieve much, but I like it nonetheless. We have one small tower over here. One small tower being built over there, I think. One small tower being built over there. It's gonna take a bit to find those. Swordsmen are coming in. Swordsmen are there. The war machine is trying to find a path towards a tower. Is it gonna find one? It did find one. That tower is not gonna be needed to be... Okay, we are seeing one fear. The war machine is trying to drive further. And it can. It tries to go to find a way around. Unfortunate. The fear is giving him lots of time. He still has 17 more mana. He's also used lots of spells so far in this game, so he might not have enough mana to do like another fear or freeze. Now he realizes he needs more space and is actually gonna shoot the buildings. Do we have any towers elsewhere? We don't have any towers elsewhere. This tower is gonna be captured and he's gonna try to shoot at this large tower or capture it. Both would work. The large tower is being shot. This tower is being killed. It's not game over. Where's the last tower? Wait, he captured it! He captured this tower! He captured the tower of Slayer and then killed the other tower with the war machine and wins the game! Holy shit, that was so close! And Jessen wouldn't have won, like Slayer, oh my goodness, I love it! What a finish! What a finish! And our world champion, our reigning world champion, has lost the first match in the second round of the Swiss stage already. Now these are different modes, so it's not entirely surprising. Like it's not what he is used to, what he plays the most, but it's still a very impressive feat to have seen here. What a game! What a game! Yeah, I mean, Slayer traded more than 2-1. He traded amazingly, but just lost the game due to a war machine killing a large tower and a small tower, and the other small tower being captured to not lose the game. Absolutely amazing. Oh, I'm very certain Slayer's not happy about that. Very certain Slayer's not happy about that. Let me check something. I'm not quite sure if we're gonna get an interview here. I assume we're probably gonna do an interview. I'd be surprised if we didn't. We could technically say we don't do an interview because there's a second match that we are gonna cast right after this. But I feel like we're gonna have another interview. Yes, they are joining the call. I'm going in there now as well. GG.
War das der kleine Turm an der Küste, oder?
Ja, genau.
Den hat er sogar eingenommen gehabt gerade, was?
Ja. Ich glaube schon, oder?
Nee, abgerissen meinst du, nicht eingenommen.
Okay,
Ja,
so they're gonna do an interview in German. I'm gonna translate.
oder hast du mit den Äxten eingerissen?
Ja, ich denke mal, er wird mit den Äxten abgerissen haben.
Alex hat den mit den Äxten abgerissen in Jessens Land.
Ich habe mitbekommen, ich habe gedacht, du hast den eingenommen und wieder gerissen.
Okay, just said something there.
Nee.
Yeah, they're just talking about how the game was finished.
GG, das
Nachricht
Jessen being happy that the tower in the back of,
am Ende.
or like Jessen's own tower was crushed by the Axe Warriors instead of captured.
Okay, danke.
Der
Because then Jessen wouldn't have won.
es dann doch irgendwie zum Funktionieren gebracht hast, nach dem schwierigen Spielverlauf bis dahin. Aber hast halt eben genau das Loch in der Vision von Alex gefunden, um dann ja auch nah genug in Position ranzukommen. Und ja, am Ende war es dann, glaube ich, sogar auch die Kriegsmaschine, die
Genau.
ja den Ausschlag gemacht hat. Ja,
Ich habe mir nur gedacht, was mache ich jetzt mit der blöden Kriegsmaschine? Ich nehme
Yeah, Kinker was just giving congrats to Jessen for that photo finish, using that war machine, needing the war machine. Absolutely amazing finish.
Es ist halt so eine bittere Niederlage. Ich weiß jetzt gar nicht, wie ich hier das Interview hier. Alex, ich trau mich gar nicht zu fragen, wie das Spiel gelaufen ist, weil es komplett gewonnen war und mehr auf dem Feld.
Kinker is hesitating to ask his questions. He doesn't really know how to phrase them and stuff.
Der Schwertertrupp an Truppen von dir vorbeigelaufen ist. Deswegen, ja, was ist passiert in den letzten Minuten?
Ja, ich habe die Nummer 1, die ich immer selber predige, einfach missachtet. Und zwar in gewonnenen Spielen mal einfach nicht einfach stur alle Solis nach vorne schicken, sondern genau für solche Fälle eben Truppen zurückzubehalten.
Okay.
Und
Slayer saying, so like, King had asked about the last couple of minutes how Slayer felt, what his thoughts were. And Slayer just said that he violated one of his rules. He usually says to people, don't pull all your soldiers forward when you've already won the fight, probably won the game, surely won the game. Actually keep some soldiers back. He violated that. And there he gets his loss.
Maya gekriegt. Bei Alex weiß ich, dass er für Vicky heute vorbereitet war. Wie sah es bei dir aus, Jessen? Warst du auf alle Völker gleich gut vorbereitet?
Ja,
Hast du dich gefreut auf Maya auf der Karte? Wie hast du deine Situation eingeschätzt hier am Anfang des Spiels?
Also ich habe mich sehr gefreut, weil Steinfeld war natürlich perfekt am Anfang, Wüste war nah, habe ich gedacht, passt perfekt. Man kann als Maya gleich am Anfang...
Okay, Kinker was asking about
relativ einfach
how happy Jessen was about Sif he got playing random.
Aber ich glaube, ich habe das nicht so richtig aufs Feld gebracht.
Jessen was really happy with getting Mayans, with the stone field at the very beginning, and generally felt like the map was pretty good, but he wasn't quite able to bring everything to the field, with the desert being a little far away, and didn't cast enough stone, I think he said as well, but I didn't get all of that actually. My bad.
Das Einzige, was du aber die ganze Zeit mehr hattest, war halt so ein gewisser Goldlead. Wir sehen noch in der Endstatistik, dass du da ungefähr 80 vorne bist und ja, den hattest du auf jeden Fall das ganze Spiel über, hattest die alle...
Kinker is talking a bit about Slayer's game right now.
Selbe Dreier auf dem Feld. während Alex lange Zeit erstmal mit Level 2 in ins Spiel reingestartet ist.
I was just mentioning the level 3 lead for Jessen.
Am Anfang Äxte gesehen, vermutlich wirst du irgendwann die Blasröhre gespottet haben und dann bist du in Bögen reingegangen. Ist das so der Way to go für das Matchup? Oder gibt es vielleicht auch ein Argument dafür, sofort mit Bogenschützen anzufangen? Magst du darüber ein paar Geheimnisse leaken?
Also ich denke,
King got asked about
sind einfach
Slayer's thought about
am
the
Anfang
unit composition.
also Äxte sind einfach in jeder Situation die bessere Wahl, auch gegen Blasröhre.
So Slayer started with X-Warriors into
Gewisse
Bowman.
weil die Blasröhre eh nicht so relevant sind, weil ich die einfrieren kann und
He thinks that
Zauber hab, also
X-Warriors are just the best, like the better unit at the beginning.
kriegen so viel mehr Schaden aus.
Just way better. And
Einfach die deutlich stärker.
especially since he has mana and he can just freeze the blowgunners.
Wenn die Massen zu groß werden und
Yeah, when
ähnliches Problem hat wie mit Schwertern gegen Bogenschützen, hat man dann halt auch mit Äxten gegen die Blasröhre.
yes, and then he comes in with then he swapped to Bowman because the numbers get too large and you can't just freeze everything, and then you get into the same kind of issue that you'd have with Swordsman into
Hätte halt so gesagt, wahrscheinlich
with Swordsman into Bowman,
das hat
which doesn't quite work.
70, 80 Truppen sowas.
Ja.
Da macht jetzt mal vorsichtshalber ein bisschen umstellen. Vor allem, weil ich auch nicht so viel Mana hatte, weil ich ja mal ziemlich lange Zweiklant
And since he
war und sehr viel
since he didn't have that much mana, he also went into Bowman. One of the reasons was that as well.
Hattest du keinen Platz? Oder
erst hatte ich keinen Platz und dann ein bisschen aus den Augen verloren.
Hm.
Dann panisch rausproduziert mit 3 zusätzlichen Tempeln.
dann hatten wir den großen Clash. Stefan hatte da minutenlang vorher schon seine gesamte Eco in, ich glaube, 2 Sätze, Ciris waren es, reingesteckt,
Genau,
sodass
ja.
er dann mit einer ganzen Menge Kampfkraft dann da stand. Und ja, der Kampf ist ein ziemliches Desaster geworden. Kannst du
Absolut.
uns da mal ein bisschen durchnehmen, wo es dann gescheitert ist?
No, this isn't best of 3, Andrew.
Wenn ich einen Priester verklickt habe, ich wollte
Jessen-
ihn irgendwo hinschicken und habe
Jessen just won this round.
ausgewählt habe und habe
Slayer
Banner
Slayer isn't out because Slayer will still
dem noch die ganze
still has more chances to win in the Swiss stage and continue in the tournament.
Ja, ich habe es aus dem Augenwinkel gesehen, da habe ich so einen Fail-Bandzauber gesehen.
Yeah,
Aber habe mich dann
Ja,
auch gewundert, wo das
Ich wollte ihn
restliche
an die
Mana geblieben
Flanke
ist.
schicken und habe erst
they're talking a bit about the fight.
gleich 3-4 Mal geklickt und dann war das ganze Mana weg.
Ah, yeah. So Jessen wasted most of his mana in the first combat. He did like one successful ban
Ansonsten dann
cast, and then the rest of the spells he just kind of like clicked multiple times because he thought it didn't work, wasn't something.
hätte man noch sagen können, dass
And they did work. They all came through, and he just wasted all the mana and nothing, and he didn't actually ban any of the units anymore.
Bogenschützen wegmachen möchtest, weil du da wahrscheinlich für dein Mana am meisten Value kriegen würdest. Je nachdem, ob du dann jetzt von den Äxten überrannt wirst oder eben nicht, je nachdem, wie man das einschätzt.
Ich habe
Aber
mir
ja.
gedacht, den Bogenschützenkampf werde ich vermutlich gewinnen mit den 107 KK. Deswegen wollte ich eher die andere Flanke mit den Äxten dann bannen, aber dazu bin ich nicht mehr gekommen.
King Catcher gave the argument that it might be better to actually use the Bowman into Butterfly spell. You actually kill the units, and you you're killing them, and you also have blowgunners, which are technically counter against X-Warriors. Jason was prioritizing X-Warriors a bit because he also thought he would win against the Bowman with the offensive combat power he has, especially since he had a few Bowmen himself.
Mehr drückt und mehr Soldaten als ich mache.
But the Blood Rush was what he was a bit more concerned in that case.
Bevor er mich angegriffen hat, habe ich mir gedacht, ich stelle jetzt nur noch Schwerter ein und versuche untenrum, ich weiß, wo genau seine Türme sind, mit den Schwertern untenrum die zu kriegen.
Ja.
Also das war schon etwas länger geplant dann.
Ja, die 40, 50 Schwerter, die du da jetzt noch gemacht hast, die fallen ja auch nicht vom Himmel.
Yeah, Jessen was planning. After he lost the initial fight, he realized, okay, it's probably less economy, and he lost the fight heavily. He needed to make a play, so that he already started making swords quite early there, which we saw. I mean, the swords have to wait quite a long way, and it was quite a lot of thorns already, so prepared it really well to still get that win.
Ja, dieses Spiel wurde dann auch ja, selber verloren und jetzt nicht wegen einem schlechten Matchup oder so möglicherweise. Ja, ansonsten wäre ich jetzt hier
If you have any questions in chat right now, give them to me.
ein paar Minuten
I can still ask them.
starten in das Spiel zwischen Pralex und Silverdust, die netterweise gewartet haben auf uns. Und ja, das wird dann jetzt gleich in ein paar Minuten der Fall sein. Bleibt also gerne im Stream und da geht es dann gleich weiter. Ja, ich bedanke mich bei euch hier und ja, mal schauen, mit wem ich hier gleich auch als Co-Mod zurückkomme. Ja, bis gleich.
And GG to both of you. And yes, so now I'm gonna do a quick pause here. And I'm gonna go into another match after this. Let me check some things. Yeah, another match, Silverdust against Pralex. Both of them being in the lower bracket. Oh, not lower bracket, lower side. They are 0-1. Pralex didn't have internet for the first round, which was pretty unfortunate. Doesn't have internet. I think this is gonna be quite a banger match as well. They luckily waited for us to start the game. And we're gonna go into that after a quick pause when we're getting lobbies set up and a few other things. So be right back.